Good evening, each and everyone present here. I warmly welcome Mr. Manish Raut sir here in iBase Electrosoft LLP. He has a 10 plus year experience in the IT field, and he had completed his bachelor's of engineering degree from Amravati University. Also, he had completed his MTech. Now, I call Mr. Raman to hand over bouquet to Mr. Manish Raut sir. Thank you. Now, from here, I hand over the further session to Mr. Manish Raut sir.
Okay, thanks. Good evening, everyone. So, so I think I wasn't aware what's exactly going to happen today. And a day back, actually, I was in Amravati and Nakul sir and we're from the same college. So he mentioned that we are having students and we can talk about few things. So yeah, I saw the topic. Uh, so can anyone tell me what's the topic for today's topic?
Sir, we are all gathered here to discuss that how to get a job.
Right.
Yes, sir.
So I think
Sir, can you share a bit experience about yourself that how you faced your how you had get your job?
right. So after graduation, I think 2012, I've completed my engineering from the same college. So from the HVPM, I think you most of them are aware of it. So uh, and after that, there were no kind of particular job sites. So I'm really so we will make this conversation informal. So what's your name? I'm sorry,
Piyush.
Piyush. So be open and we can talk very informally. Nothing to be formal about. So obviously, I'm just like you, sitting and thinking of how I can get job, looking at seniors and few of the cousins settling up in Pune, Mumbai, someone from abroad. So it's the same common people we all are, and I think everyone can see the same kind of dreams. So uh, to start with, obviously, it was a long journey from after graduating from HUPM. The most difficult part I would say is getting the technical knowledge, getting hands-on, and initially, most of the people, I'm from one of them, is after doing graduation was not able to get a job directly from the college campuses. Few of them, in one of the colleges, I got hired, but it was not a proper technical job. So obviously, we have to look out for the ways and start looking out uh, for the opportunities. So be open and be vocal. So the first main important thing I would say is looking at your strengths. So that is one of the most important aspect while whenever you start finding the job. And so I think at the current moment, I think this is 2020, 23, it's going to end, and the next year is 2024. So, any one of you, so from Super 30 batch, how many people are there currently?
There are few of them
Okay,
sitting here. They are chasing for their dream job in the
yeah,
iBase Electrosoft.
right, right. So, yeah, first, I would like to
So
congratulate
can
Nakul sir and iBase team for having this beautiful initiative and having such platform in Amravati. At my time, obviously, there was no such platform where we are going to get some technical knowledge and technical hands-on. So this is we have to. I was in Pune searching for job. Around 1 year, I was looking out, joining different courses, spending a lot of money. So it was not at all useful. And afterwards, somehow my journey changed. So that's a complete different story. But uh, at looking at you people, I would obviously can relate my past where I was looking out for the job hunt after my graduation, and there were no ample amount of opportunities, and so this platform is something I would say it's really a good thing. You people are enrolled in, and the major thing is obviously getting all the knowledge, having open discussions, building on your communication skills, building on the technical aspect of your the role you are looking for. So that is how you can start at the moment. Obviously, as we talk more, I can share more anecdotes from the journey.
That's great, sir. Sir, can you share a bit about that? What inspired you to become as a software developer?
There is no such thing inspired me. It is just I have a few cousins who when I was in fifth or sixth standard, I saw them becoming software engineer, and in school they used to ask, "What do you want to become when you grow old?" So just using some fascinating words, I would like to be software engineer. I used to give that answer from fifth, sixth class. It is, I think, more of a for me. The transition happened after 11th, 12th, when I can see a lot of my friends, people, and a love of computer. I used to play games and everything. So I wanted a laptop, a computer with me always, and that transitioned me to start my computer engineering journey. But yeah, obviously it is completely different journey. Afterwards, you have to work on different things, building up logic, and a lot of things. So eventually, I get used to that things, and so it all started like that.
So, can you suggest that as a fresher, which programming language should a fresher should prefer for getting a dream job to make a career in a specific that
Yeah.
programming language?
I think Nakul sir is the best person. I think you already have. So I will not differ any different answers. Obviously, a lot of things, a lot of videos you will get on YouTube and everywhere, and you have best resources here. So, but yeah, what I've seen the trend is Python is one of the major language, most demanded language, and also a simple to learn and start with for the young interns, young graduates. So I think Python would be a choice from my side, and obviously eventually there are a lot of other aspects like uh, currently my role is more of a DevOps and cloud automation engineer. So in that particular region, Python is used, shell scripting, Java, Go language, all these languages are used. But eventually, you can understand the syntax, the logics, the core crux, the base. I think you will learn here only in the iBase, and that's the important thing to start with.
Yes, exactly. And so, what advice would you give to a someone who is just going to start their career in the IT field?
Yeah, I think uh, once you get so I will talk about what happened with me when I started my first job. Obviously, we dreamed about a lot of things. Office will be like that, and I think most of you would be uh, going to get good jobs soon. But yeah, obviously, you have to work hard for that because the market and the current conditions. I would take a different uh, uh, points here. So today only I have seen few things like 2023 is one of the lowest opening. 90% jobs were less compared to last year's. So job posting is very less. So uh, I'm not trying to frighten you people, but this is the ground reality, and you should be with the pace, with the whatever challenges you are getting. So uh, job listing is very less, honestly, and as per the reports I've seen 40%, 45% people, around 45% people only who are graduating are eligible to be part of the software industry. Means from the 100%, 55% are just people who are not at all serious, or they don't have any much of the working tool sets capabilities. So again, I'm saying whatever iBase is doing is the same thing, making those people understand what is the gap between the industry and graduation. So this gap needs to be filled up, and that is where I think uh, the people who are currently working, they should be focusing more of on that. And once I coming back to the question you asked, so it is same thing that once you start your job, you will face challenges like communication skills. You will see seniors, super seniors, VPs, and everyone. So you will. I would say I was lucky enough. The company I got had really great seniors, VPs. They used to come first day. They used to come and sit with us, talk with us regarding the college things and everything like that. So I think you will face some challenges regarding communication, regarding collaboration with the teams. So I would say while you are learning here the technical aspects with the iBase, you should also start working on your collaboration within the people you are currently with here, like teamworks, how to manage people, and a better way of communication. That is one of the most important aspects. So you should focus on that.
So, is there any specific tool or programming language that you love to work with? That
Yeah. So uh, currently, as I mentioned, I'm working in most on the cloud automation aspect, and so there I can see a cloud native. If you are aware of that, so currently world is moving to the cloud native, which is containerization. Currently, I'm working as I'm certified Kubernetes administrator, as well as I have done few cloud certifications as well. So I would say these certifications are just only a start point. They just don't mention that you are the authority of those things. Uh, I know people bash these certification and all, but it is just a starting point. So why one should do certification is just to start with, and it is never going to be make you a trained person that yeah you all know these things. So likewise, as I mentioned, so in the cloud native world, Go language is one of the most demanded language at the moment. So eventually, I've a few knowledge on that, but I would continue working on that and would try to be more efficient in that space sector.
so, as we all know that in the IT sector, in the IT field, there is so much pressure on a candidate who is working in a company. So, can you sir suggest that how a person should handle their stress, how he or she should manage their time?
This is a very good question, actually. This is not for me. Everyone here, I think, would be feeling stress or something like that. So I think the job, the title for today was how to get a job, right? So I would answer it in a how to not to get a job. So if you don't want to get a job, I'm going to mention few things. So you can relate to those things. Uh, Looking at Facebook, looking at Reels, YouTube, short videos, Instagram. So these are the best thing for not getting a job. So means what these things are doing is the when I think from last 1 or 2 years I have seen this trend of these shorts videos and all these things. So it eventually creates a dopamine, the shorter dopamines, 15 seconds, and we just start scrolling on those things, and eventually you never know how much hours you have already spent. And on an average, if you see a mobile use in a day, we are tend to open around 50 to 100 times our mobile. So the best thing is getting away from your distractions. So use be minimalistic, use whenever only required all these. uh, for me particularly, from last 5 years, I have deleted my Instagram account. I don't have my Facebook account as well. It is I just sometimes I need to use some good community groups in Facebook, because currently I'm working in Ireland. So in a community wise, you need something. So on that time only, I reopen my few such accounts and use them, and again deactivate them for particular amount of time. But still, but still I'm struggling. Still, sometimes I forget and spend a lot of time on phone. So that is, I think, one of the major challenge nowadays. People feel distracted due to the addiction of mobile. And after that, I would say uh, uh, obviously this is at this platform we are more talking about the technical things, but I think this is the secondary thing I would say. Sorry Nagul sir, but this is secondary because the primary thing everyone should be focused would be on your health. Okay, so start looking at your health. Obviously, I'm not the right person because I'm at my worst because I've started working now, started working on myself. That's why I'm telling you with that much of the eagerness that you should again start working. This is a new year, have some resolutions and start working on your health. Once you start working on your health, getting up early, walking, and after that, having some yoga and meditation, eventually it is going to help you in your technical sessions. Your focus will be improved. The attention span you provide in the class, the work you do, the logical thinking, everything is going to help you. So eventually, it is going to help you while working in iOS. So it is something. The primary goal always should be your health. That that way you it is one of the best stress buster I would say, and it will
Exactly,
help
sir.
you. Yeah.
That's really inspiring, sir. If someone is having any question, they can ask in the chat also. Sir, can you share now your what is the challenging project you have worked on?
Challenging, I think there are not such challenging projects. Obviously, sometimes we get some requirement or something like the requirements are not clear, or sometimes the project spam is huge and the managers give less
Time.
time to deliver. So that time we get challenges. So, but yeah, I would like to mention few of these. In initial years, I worked on banking domains. I worked like with the Lloyd's Bank, Deutsche Bank, Bank of America. So I have seen the security parameter is very much they focus on. So that was a challenging part because we used to go to their particular offices and their particular rooms where no pen drive, no internet. So you can imagine how you can code without internet. So we used to work like that. So that was one of the challenging things some of the times. And yeah, eventually I think I haven't yet worked on any particular thing I would say are very much challenging, but these are few things which yeah I worked on.
Okay, sir. Sir, can you share something about that? How you manage your time? What is your schedule, and how you manage your time with your exercises and work with workload?
Yeah, as I mentioned, I'm still working on that part. But yeah, eventually, what I will say is the morning time is the best time you can start your day with some yoga meditations, and afterwards, yeah. So one of the aspect this year I've tried on myself and it worked is uh, uh, having a deep work. So I know you most have you heard about Atomic Habits and a few of the books like that, which focuses on 1% increment each day. You should be consistent each day and work each day hard and improvise. Eventually, after the end of the year, that 1% would be a lot more if you don't work at all. So that is a really good thought, but practically it wasn't happening with me as well. So the deep work sense when I have learnt about it. So there is book you can refer for the deep work. So Carl Newport, some author, not exactly name, but the what that author is trying to tell in that book is uh, eventually everyone knows their strength and their focus time. Means some of you are night owls, some of you might like to wake up in the 5 and work.
Early bird.
Yeah, so in that sense, if you know your deep work time, focus on that time. So for me, sometimes it would be around 9 in the morning. So uh, completely shut off everything, every distraction, no phone, turn off the rooms, and start working on your that particular project which needs a lot of focus. And next 2 3 hours, just uh, have that deep work because it will get you finish those tasks. Otherwise, you have spent whole day just procrastinating, wandering here and there, and looking at the mobile. So have that sense. Everyone should. I would suggest look at that deep work. Find out your time. If it works like sometimes I work in the evenings around 10, 11. So I have a kid and a family. So it is sometimes it be difficult.
Difficult to
So
manage all the
yeah,
things.
exactly. So after 10, 11, when everyone sleeps, so those next 2, 3 hours are also kind of deep work I used to work, and eventually I got good results, which eventually I spent a lot of time in the day hoping I would finish those works. So that is one of the thing. Yeah, yeah.
So, what is the best way to improve skills in ourselves?
Okay. Uh, so I think improvising skills is a very broader term. Everyone, I think, have uh, that idea. But to give my example, I think I would tell that you have to work, practice, and practice. So just I will give example for the certification I've done in Kubernetes. So it is very difficult examination. It is not an MCQ based examination, and it is a practical. You get the live environment, live notes. You get the broken notes, and you have to fix everything. So a lot of things are in Unix systems, and you have to use that GUI only and the command line only, and you have to fix everything. So uh, we have only 2 hours, and there are around 20, 30 questions, and you have to pass that exam. So that particular time it was quite difficult when I was giving mock exams. So eventually, only practicing every day, doing hands-on again and again. Because if I compare that with you people for getting a job, so it is not any rocket science. Everyone knows what is the pattern of the interview question. Everyone knows what most of the time you can uh, get a sense what the technical questions going to get asked. There is no any question bank which is different. The interviewer is going to ask. So if you have that idea, so I think I would suggest just focus on getting the answers. Like at the moment, if I ask you people, tell me about yourself. So how many of you can talk next 10 minutes without any stops or without getting fumbled? No, no, I don't think anyone can talk continuously for 10 minutes because you will think, you will make some assumption, you will make some uh, uh, past memories and use those. But for interviewer, they are taking hundreds of interviews and they don't care if you fumble. They can simply understand that this person is not at all serious. And so this is just an example. It has a broader areas to look upon, but the crux is what I'm trying to say is whatever you are doing, you know everything. Everyone knows what health, what diet they should follow, but nobody follows. So I think that is the part you should start. I would suggest journaling, that getting feedbacks. You ask your parents, your partners, or in the class for technical aspects, your teachers. Uh, Start asking feedbacks that where I'm lagging, what improvements needs to be done. So for that particular reason, you really need to be active and in a mode of always getting new updates and being with the pace. So at the moment, it's not easy to get a job because thousands of applications are getting rejected only because of these things. So last time, uh, I one of the talk we have given, and I've also seen other from other members regarding resume writing or something like that. So follow all those things, get best use of them, best use of the uh, tools and technologies you are getting. So you can get benefit from that.
Exactly, sir. So, getting feedbacks is the best way of self improvement.
Yeah, exactly.
So, now, as a fresher, how can I get a job? How can I search a job? Can you please elaborate?
Yeah, so I think yeah, that is one of the most important question. I think most of the viewers are also currently like to see. So there is no single answer to that, and there are a lot of aspects. Obviously, from my I'm answering from my perspective, and obviously whatever good things you are getting, you can focus on that. And but so at the current moment, uh, getting display, uh, getting that view is the only major thing.
showcasing our
Yeah,
skills and
exactly.
expertise.
That is the word. Showcasing yourself, because nobody cares. Suppose here, 8, 10 people in front of me, if they are sitting, and some of you, if I ask question and only 1 or 2 people are giving, so obviously the impression I'm getting from those 2 people is completely different. And eventually, I will also focus on those 2 people who are very much eager to learn, who are interested. So that's how the approach of one should be for looking at the job, for finding out the job. So the best thing, personally, I felt is, likewise I mentioned, I am not on Instagram and not other
Yes.
social media platform, but I'm really active on LinkedIn. So I think, how many of you are on LinkedIn currently?
Please raise your hands.
So yeah, it's good that most,
Almost all of
yeah,
you.
almost all of you are on LinkedIn, and that is the one of the showcasing platform you get. But just creating that
Profile.
profile, and you don't have anything to showcase in that, that also. So these are all steps. So getting LinkedIn, uh, building your portfolio, having good GitHub projects. So using GitHub projects, making some open source platform, open source contributions. There are a lot of areas where you can showcase your skill set. So uh, then adding those projects in LinkedIn, make, doing some certifications or whatever you have learned from iBase, making mini projects, or the projects you have learned from the Nakul sir, you can mention them in your LinkedIn projects. So having a foundation, having your means, just look at this in a way, you are a product, and you need to sell yourself. So currently industry is like that. So just change your attitude, and look like you are the product and you want to sell yourself. Or you can just look from the other aspect, that you are the owner and you want to purchase a product. So why someone should buy the product you are selling? So exactly that way you can build up portfolio, uh, work, as I've earlier mentioned, work on your communication skill,
Yes.
and a proper, be vocal about the projects and everything you are doing. And in a way, so having this foundation and having these steps eventually make you confident. And uh, I think there are lots of opportunities, interviews, you can schedule and give mock interviews. There are concepts like mentors. So a lot of free mentorship has been provided on LinkedIn by a lot of technical people. So you need to expand your network, not within the college, not within the your classes, institutions, but also from the industry experts, from the companies, your cousins, your friends, or their friends, or whoever you see on LinkedIn. You increase your networking. It has really a lot of potential, which eventually help you to get that your dream jobs.
Yes, sir. So which portal you can suggest to get a job?
Yeah, I think there are lots of portal. Obviously, the one I mentioned is LinkedIn.
LinkedIn.
Is a very good portal, and from our time, the Naukri and time job. But honestly, from last around 6 to 8 years, I have changed 2, 3 companies, and I never used Naukri and all these portals. I was always on LinkedIn, uh, and few of the jobs offers I got from LinkedIn. But whenever just from apart from my first company, which I got placed from after my intake from that The other companies are just with the help of reference from the friends, reference from the networking. So that's how it works. So you need to be uh, smart enough to tackle and look out for the opportunities. And there is no any right time. That is one of the thing I would like to tell here, that we tend to. I'm also, if I look back, I used to see that I'm not prepared for X thing. I'm not prepared for this particular thing, but it is something you have to uh, not look things like that, because opportunities are less. Uh, so you need to broaden your view and look for the opportunities, and whenever you see any opportunity, you need to apply those opportunities. Don't look out for the right time, right way, that after 1 month I will be very prepared. Nobody will get 100% prepared before applying for any job. So eventually it is the timings, sometimes luck, and sometimes not sometimes, most of the time your hard work, what you are doing. The combination needs to be a proper combination, that your hard work, your luck, the right opportunity, the right timings, everything needs to be aligned. Then that time you will get the job you are looking for.
Sir, any AI tool in your mind for making my resume more effective?
Yeah, I think everyone knows this answer. So ChatGPT, I think it's a nowadays a lot of buzz is there about ChatGPT, and so I think still I've seen people are not using it efficiently. So there are a lot of things you can do start with, because just I will give an example. I wanted to look for a health coach who can give me some guideline for next 3 months, next 6 months, for the diet or for the exercise plans. So obviously getting an expert is the exactly the right way, but somehow money, time, these are the constraints which are not which are you are not fulfilling and you don't want to spend. Then how can you take help from ChatGPT? You can ask questions like, uh, uh, I'm looking for
Job.
no, no, let me complete. I'm looking for an health expert for next 3 months, and I'm asking this question to ChatGPT. So I'm just framing that. So yeah, so I'm looking for an health expert to give me a 60 days exercise plan for next 60 days, and I am your client. So please suggest me my next 60-day plan. So you can make ChatGPT whatever a mentor, a tutor. Uh, in a similar way, you can make ChatGPT helpful for your day-to-day lives. So for programming, don't get just answers of the programs or the projects you are getting. Ask for the logic. Ask for the way that how you can get a good proper programming, the logic required for those programs. So you can take help of such tools.
Okay, sir. As a fresher, what the skills should what are the skills that companies most look out?
I think at the moment, they company is mostly looking for the people who are industry ready. They don't want to spend much time on
Training.
trainings, initial trainings, and giving hands-on on the environment which they need to. So they want a ready-made people who can just start in the next 8, 10 days or week. So that is one of the most important thing. I'm looking the new trend like that, that people are looking out for ready-made people. And so what is meant by ready-made people is the people that they look at the candidates who can speak, who can elaborate things, who have good logic sense, who have patience, who can do hard work, and they can use smart use of technologies they have. So as we know, logical thinking is mostly preferred, but yeah, eventually nowadays. lot of programming rounds at the initial level happens, and so the that programming logic and building that logic is really an essential part. And you have a lot of platforms like Lead Code or Hacker Rank or something like that. So you can, uh, as I mentioned, you can make it in your habit, your daily habits. Every 30 minutes, every day, I will make those particular programs, or I will visit that site. So it's a very long journey, I would say, because anything health wise, project wise, programming wise, I can see there is a trend of crash course.
Yes.
One day, 2 day, you can do these things. They really never work. They give you good adrenaline effect. You get pumped up for next 4 5 days, and eventually you forget everything, and you again get to the square one, and you just be a normal person as you used to. So just embrace yourself with uh, the challenges you are facing. Don't look out for the short term gratifications. What I mentioned, like reels, posting everything on your social media. So be minimalist. That is the one word I would say, which is one of the document I've seen on Netflix. It is also freely available on YouTube. So have that sense, and eventually long term, in a way, like for a 1 year, make long term goals. For next 1 year, I'm going to be a good programmer. For next 1 year, I'm going to make my health a good aspect. Only in that sense, eventually every day, not every day, if you miss out something, that's completely fine, but eventually you will see results after 1 year. So that's how journeys should start, and only those journeys will long last. Only for 1 week or 2 week, nothing will happen, crash course or everything like that. They are just a starting point
Starting point.
sometimes, and they will not eventually help you.
Sir, moving further, the most awaited question of this today's evening, sir, is there any requirements for freshers like us in your company?
Okay. I was I was not expecting that question, but it's a good question, and that is something I'm asking about. That you should be vocal. If you don't ask, you never know what worst can happen. I would say no. I don't have anything, but eventually, obviously, I would say. So I'm currently working in Ireland, and there are opportunities, but it's completely a different story. You need a visa for that. There are two ways if somebody wants to go abroad and start. The one of the first efficient and easiest way is doing your MS post graduation from these universities, and but it will cost lakhs of rupees from you. So you should be strong enough financially. But the second way, which I opted for, is obviously after starting my career and after having around 4 5 years of experience, I have started looking out for the opportunities. So as I mentioned, um, I use networking a lot from LinkedIn, from the friends I have in my college, my school, after my MTech, or the seniors I already know. So in that sense, I understood that there are companies which can sponsor people who have experience, and they will just give the visa sponsorship and work permits uh, for people who have experience. And in that sense, you don't have to spend money, and they will take care of all those aspects. So so these are two ways, as I mentioned. A direct hire for fresher is not something I would give a false hopes for anyone here. But as I mentioned, yeah, there is a way of doing MS and then getting a job, or work hard here, make a good portfolio, and increase your networking and look out for the jobs from few of the countries like Netherlands, Ireland, UK, Australia, Canada. So these people hire people from India most of the time. And just I know I've seen one of my younger cousin. who was asking me regarding few of the institutions who gave consultation and everything. But don't fall a prey for such things who just tell you that they will give you any jobs abroad. They will ask lakhs of from you. 5 to 6 lakhs is the entry level fees. The Donkey movie has just arrived. It has a similar subject that consultancies like these just take money from you and they don't give you. The best thing is making your own, as I mentioned, you are the product, making yourself a good product, and then showcasing and selling it towards uh, uh, the global platform. That is the best way, and eventually you will not get any uh, scam, or you will lose money, or and eventually you will get some good jobs.
Yes, sir. Someone, any questions from your side? Okay, viewers, do you have anything to ask? You can freely ask in the chat box.
So, which faiths and beliefs you follow for your career opportunity?
Can you repeat the question?
Which
Thank
faiths
you.
and beliefs you follow for your career opportunity?
Sir, you want to ask that which faiths and beliefs you are in your career opportunity
Follow.
you follow? Is your what is your motivation?
Yeah, so faiths and beliefs obviously they differ for everyone. So obviously, as I mentioned, one of the thing that keeps you grounded is uh, doing yoga and meditation. You can focus on yourself, and you can avoid the thoughts coming from outwards. So I used to practice that, but it is something I don't practice it daily. And apart from that, I think a few of the influencers from LinkedIn only, Simon Sinek is there, or uh, uh, like uh, likewise, I mentioned. I used to when I was in college, I used to follow Steve Jobs or Bill Gates. So obviously, those inspirations that time were just a shallow. But at the moment, it is more on the sustainability. How can we grow not only in the career path, but as a human, as a person, as a parent, as a every aspect of your family as well. So I think that is they call it a wheel of life. That in your wheel of life there are 8 to 10 aspects, and you can search this term on Google whenever you get time, wheel of life, and evaluate yourself in that wheel of life, where you are lagging, where you are good at, and the pointers you get, the less pointers you get for yourself, you can start working on those points, and so that way you can be more confident in your day-to-day work, and you can eventually grow yourself. So yeah, I do follow few of these things and beliefs, and I think I'm still not yet done anything different. It is I'm still in learning phase.
Yes, sir. Hope you get your answer. Sir, along our viewers, there are some questions. So, Ms. Sonali wants to ask to how to extra achievement in programming. So, how to achieve extra in programming? So, can you please?
Okay. So when this is again, I would say it's a broad question. The extra because how we start programming, learning basics. Then eventually we start building up small projects, and then if you make some projects which are live, or make some Android applications here in iBase, so that's obviously a start point. And I think you need to be passionate enough to achieve extra in programming. So I think you can get better answers from myself, on YouTube because I'm not that a very good or very perfect programmer, but the field I have chosen, which is more of cloud and where more of I worked on AWS or Kubernetes, the cloud native tools which I'm using currently. Uh, so in that aspect, what I can say is practicing more and more. Where likewise, if any concepts or any area you feel you are afraid of, so challenging yourself in that particular field and working much, uh, practicing again and again. And the best way, what I would suggest is getting a mentor in your particular field. Likewise, there are few YouTubers from the DevOps field which I used to follow. So through my networking, I have connected with them. So I've learned a lot of good things from them. That one of the YouTuber is Sandeep Das. So I had a one-on-one with him a few months back, and so it has the answer with the question you asked. Uh, so there are two aspects to achieve anything extra. One thing is you are obviously good, you are passionate, you know everything, whatever programming you are doing. So there is no limit for that, and you can get good mentors in that particular area, and you can grow yourself. And the second aspect, what I'm talking about is if you are not good enough in programming, or you lack somewhere, or you don't have that much interest, but somehow you want to be a good programmer, and you need to take that extra effort, and in that particular area, the extra is how you can achieve that extra is so one of the good answer I got from Sandeep Das was you start teaching actually. So you start teaching your colleagues. You can start taking YouTube sessions. So whenever if you are good at anything, then only you can teach someone. So eventually you will learn programming in a better way because you want to tell it to someone else, and that way it help you understand those languages or those particular tools in a better way. I used to also write few blogs internally for one of my startup company, which I worked in 2019. So that is also one of the good ways. Start writing blogs. You can achieve extra with the programming, or you can earn money as well, right, with writing the blogs. And writing a blog is actually a very nice way, because I know everyone cannot start YouTube channel here and just start posting their videos. But blogging is something, it's personal to you. You have your space. You can write anything you want, and you can post them. Just don't expect a good success that your post will get hundreds of likes in first attempt. Eventually, you can build up your own portfolio and you can work upon that. But yeah, so these are the starting point. You can achieve extra with that.
Yes, sir. Mr. Atharva wants to ask that is referral is useful for freshers?
Yeah, obviously, a referral is useful for freshers as well. But as I mentioned, you need to be very patient. Actually, suppose you ask me, suppose you are a fresher and you are asking me,
For
can you
referral?
refer me for your company? But the current answer I'm giving right now is no. We don't have current any openings. But you have to be patient. You have to be in a way, you have to start working, like check my company, which company I was working in, then visit that company website, look out for the career side. So you have to take extra effort, because uh, everyone cannot be spoon fed. So you need to be that much of enthusiast. Uh, Look out the career pages of my company. Then eventually, whenever you see any openings like that, the freshers or interns, that time you again reach out to me, sharing that link that I have seen, sir. Actually, uh, I have seen such openings in your company, and you can ask that Manish, can you please refer me again? I have seen some. So similarly, you can find such companies, visit their career page, and so it is not you are just sitting here and you think Naukri, you will call it and you just get a landed. You will get a landed in a good job just sitting here. So you have to take extra effort for that.
Sir, there is one another question that when will the recession going to be end?
So can you show me the question? Okay. So when will whatever problems we are going currently? Uh, Okay, so it is again a very broad question, and eventually you will find good answers on YouTube and everything everywhere else. But whatever understanding and whatever I have seen, eventually, I think the the problem is uh, it is a very short answer. It has a very broad aspect, but to be able to understood by every viewer here. So what happened in pandemic, a lot of hire has started. So thousands and lakhs of new hires has been hired by most of the companies, the big tech companies we used to say FANG, Facebook, Apple, Amazon, Netflix, Google. So all these companies hired thousands of extra people because the market was like that. We used to see that we saw lots of opportunities started by Jews, all those companies learning platforms. We thought this is the next future. Everyone going to sit at home and just start learning from home and something like that. But the bubble burst in a 1 or 2 year, 1.5 year, and that time we got again to the ground that this is not something is going to happen, and whatever extra hiring these big techs has done, eventually they are started laying off the people because they don't have budget. The US market currently is in recession as well. They don't have funds to invest more in this aspect. So in IT, obviously, there are a lot of lot of I would say uh, technologies which are getting invested. Likewise, AI currently is booming. A lot of investment is happening. But we look at the ground reality. Are we capable enough to get placed in an AI company? No, because the level of understanding, the level of knowing all the artificial intelligence or machine learning is it's a really hard work, and eventually if you are someone passionate and you have done your portfolio done on that particular area, you will land up on those jobs. But the ground reality is few people don't know the basics of languages as well. So this is the gap actually hampering more in this recession, that people are just not getting the jobs. So eventually the timeline is 2025 to answer it briefly, that it will continue till to 2025, and after that eventually it will normalize, and so these are tough next 1 or 2 years. And as I mentioned, only working on yourself, making your own brand uh, is the only way to get showcased.
Yes, sir. Sir, another viewer wants to ask that how much time required to be a master in programming?
Yeah, again I would say it is a long journey. One of the answer I have given few some time back is it is a long thing. It is, you cannot expect 1 week, 2 week of journey, crash courses, or you start looking at YouTube videos for 1 month. It will eventually take minimum 3 to 6 months to be a good programmer. And and talking about mastering, people uh, who are working from last 20 years or something like that, I have seen some seniors, they still say they haven't yet mastered. So you can understand the level of vastness, the deep knowledge we have in this field. So to be able to eventually write good programs and be able to industry ready, I think minimum 6 months to 1 year is a right uh, time frame which eventually can help you.
Sir, last question. For a fresher, which is the best technology or tool to enter to get a decent job? Can you please suggest?
Again, this is there is no any magic pill which which is there. You can search this again and you will get very fancy answers. But as per my experience, rather than looking out for the best technology or tool, your focus should be having understood the best logical ways to do programming, having understanding to use the tool in a best possible way. Likewise, few some time back I was mentioning about ChatGPT. So it has really very nice potential, but people still are not using that. So having that knowledge to use that tool is very much essential, and eventually it will land you to a nice decent job. And so there is no any best technology or tool uh, to answer that in a simple manner. But there are trending tools, there are trending or on most demanded tools or technologies currently. Likewise, I mentioned Python. Python is there, Golang is there. So I will talk about my personal profile, which is currently I'm working as a DevOps engineer, and in that particular area, most demanded thing is Kubernetes. The most demanded operating system is Linux, Unix based system. So to answer in a particular technology wise, I would suggest start using OSs like Linux based, good GUI based OSs are like Ubuntu, Fedora. You can start working on that, and afterwards you can use tools like uh, IDs, VI, uh, which is very hard tool, but Visual Studio Code, which has good UI, you can use those open source tools, which are really helpful, and get use of ChatGPT as much as possible to understand the logics behind the things you are doing, and not just the answers to submit for the your assignment or work. And apart from that, uh, what is the uh, more
Basically,
tools like, yeah, so uh, I think these are the basic tools. Obviously you will get more good information, and uh, for me, Kubernetes, as I mentioned, so you can start learning Kubernetes from the official websites. So the DevOps thing is also booming. It will also help you landing good jobs. Obviously there might be a chances, people, the industry is looking for expert DevOps, but you can, if you are good enough with the Linux system, if you start your cloud native journey using how containers work, how Kubernetes work, and you are good enough in Python, scripting and programming both. So these are few basic things, and a basic knowledge of some cloud providers like AWS or Google Cloud Platform or maybe GCP. So this will eventually help you get a good DevOps jobs, which are also on demand, and these technologies are also very much in demand at the moment.
yes, sir. So another question: which are the best portals we can go for despite of LinkedIn? Can you please suggest?
I think there are few portals. I also signed up for them. I use, but have forget those. But short answer is LinkedIn is the only best portal. Uh, there are emerging portals similar to LinkedIn. You will eventually know about them, just like how Facebook has it and Orkut. Somebody will eat LinkedIn as well in some years. So you will get to know about that. But I think still LinkedIn is the best tool or a best platform for technical people like us. It is something how you use it, how efficient you are using LinkedIn. Are you posting anything? Are you commenting? Are you getting looked up on LinkedIn? There are a lot of courses as well. How to use LinkedIn? You can do those courses free on YouTube. And so, basic idea is about any tool, anything you are getting, get the crux of that, get the base of that, and make best possible use of that. I think LinkedIn, just don't buy that premium. It don't help. If you have more money, you can buy a premium subscription. But I have tried that free version, and it sometimes helps 1 or 2%. But the money you are spending is not. I think value give much value to your the current uh, features you are getting from that.
Yes, sir. Okay. So thank you all of you. Thank you all for being here and listening. I appreciate your time.
Yeah, thanks everyone. I think this is year end, and I would just suggest. I know people sometimes we our mind fool ourselves, like we don't need to do any New Year resolution. We can start any day. We can start from tomorrow, but we know somehow it never works. So sometimes go with the flow. It's a new year, and I would give all the best to everyone here, to the iBase team, to Nakul sir, and all the viewers here. And have some resolution and have some long-term goals for the next 1 year. And start looking at the feedbacks, evaluate yourself, start journaling, make your health more priority. And yeah, so all the best to everyone.